looking for that damage is Franklin Grizzlies G Dave. Dutch not landing too many. 72 broke shield, but Tiger Fox goes down. Ingenious not looking great himself. Has to pop that reload on the Volt. Shields being popped as well. Sandbeam up top. Has that ultimate to work with and finds the elimination onto one more. And Sandbeam goes huge with 3 eliminations and finds the team wipe. With that ultimate there, raining down terror with that machine gun. And Gnome Darts start off strong here with 3 eliminations. Taking a look back at our map here, at where these players are coming from. We see maybe some pressure going on here from Stribbles, Gaka, and Arkham on Gnome Ants. As they begin to work into these locations. Passing by some teams. I think it's just Overjoyed as a solo. Take a look at him here a second. And yeah, just playing with that R99 and Havoc as a solo. Has to play a pretty cautious here on Omaha Inferno, but maybe just trying to clutch up some points for his team. Qualify for these later events. Taking a look at the map here again, we see a good split of teams, 4 or 5 of which towards the southern region, and a good accumulation of them towards the top as well. Seems just looting up right now, just trying to find those shields, get their upgrades to their weapons, a new scope, barrel stabilizers, a better mag, anything you can do to put your team in a better position to win these matches. And Team 11, Bearded Dragons, Cruise, and Vibes are looking to do just that. That flatline, that Volt to work with on Vibes.
The flame draws me this way.
That Hemlock and RE45 on the hands of Bearded Dragons. And Cruz playing with that Nemesis and EVA 8. With that thermal scope attachment as well, going to be very useful in these matches, being able to see in those smokes. You kind of void that Bangalore smoke. Do a lot of damage in those situations, especially when you're up close with this EVA 8. We'll see how Cruz utilizes that later on. Look back at our map here. Gnome Darts might be getting another fight here. Looks like they're going to be taking it with Roughnecks. Holster already down. Diesel and Guns Up. Just trying to rotate out of here. Guns Up looks to go AFK for a second, but has to get his mind back in the match. Trying to get out as quick as possible. His teammate nearby. Gnome Darts breaking down a zipline before they can take it. And one player being left behind, shield cracked onto him. That's Diesel. Guns Up, not able to take it either, and these players will be getting shot down. Diesel's got to be careful using those octane injections. Even with the speed boost, it takes a portion of your health away, and it looks like one shot could take down Diesel at this point, so they've got to be careful in these situations, but they will get away for now. Shields need to be popped for this team. You have that passive with Octane, your whites do go up over time. But you do have to be careful using those abilities and chipping away at that health, especially when you're running away from a team. You want to get away quickly but safely is the key. You'll have to recover or craft that banner later on. Maybe running into another team though. Shogun, nearby Roughnecks. Need to be careful in this situation. It looks like they have better shields than this team, and maybe looking for the fight here. Yeah, Uber Kid not finding the damage, not finding the shots. There goes down. Black Belt now the only player remaining, and far away he is, but maybe running into another team of himself. Yeah, gets shot down, shields broken. Black Belt looking to get eliminated here. Not much he can do in this situation. Lays down that barrier, but trying to get away. Sliding, jumping, dodging, diving, anything he can do. Put some space in between him and this enemy team, but eventually gets taken down. And that's Shogun, Vaughn's Triangle, and the Gate doing their best to find those eliminations. They get kind of a free one there, but they have to be careful about it. Another team nearby, the Hanover Horde, with that triple take. Taking shots here. Trying to find that damage, and yeah, they will find that crack. They have to be careful here. That player going up the zip line is very close to be eliminated. The Hanover Horde, they will knock them. They do have that shield to work with, though. They can get res themselves. They know another team's nearby. Hanover Horde's got to be careful here. Troy, Evo, B, close by to their location. But it looks like EJ Ryder, Yoking, and Lovely are just going to look to rotate out here, not looking for that aggression. But again, Hanover Horde, they want to get this final elimination on this player out here. And we'll see who that player is. Maybe if we can find him.
Pick it up, this way.
He was eliminated there, so I don't think we're going to get a chance to see exactly what team that player was a part of, but difficult situation for him there. We'll continue our way over here. Maybe Franklin Wales looking to get aggressive here. They find an elimination 1-to-1. That flatline. Such a powerful weapon at these long ranges. Finds so much damage just tap firing it. And Spiff is looking to do just that. Dario and Supercharger, they're there to help him as well. And yeah, that's a Gate going down. We'll find some loot off that body and be able to work through the zone. One of these teams that needs to rotate too is Gnome Ants, but Gaka gets broken down. The zip line not there for him anymore. Getting pressured now, taken low. Shields almost cracked here, and yeah, they will be calling out that zip line again, and this time looking to get away with it. And we'll see if he can do just yet. He's going to be able to. Gaka finds a way out from this one, but STN Klee not going to be able to do so. No mowers, only air demolition remaining for this team, and that shield battery to be popped. Only white HP at the moment, but that battery will get off in time. No mowers will be kept alive for the moment, but for how long can air demolition hold out for this team? How long can he survive playing these rat-like positions? We'll see what we can do later on, but looking to put more pressure down here is Dario, Supercharger, and Spiff on Franklin Wales. They're looking for some shots here. Damage not found. Dario just narrowly getting there, but that Sentinel will take a chunk of this armor off if they are hit. Dookie already taking down Booger, and Slug Life still in this. In a disadvantage right now. Poison coming out, tagging up some players, but not a lot of damage going their way. Slug Life's got to be careful in this situation. Booger looks to be rotating out here. Slug Life's going to be left all alone, just trying to play behind the barriers, using that triple take to find that damage. Finds a little bit of a chip there, but not much more to be found. Slug Life taken very low. Needs to pop this shield battery. Has red shields to play with. Booger maybe coming back to support him a little bit, but Slug Life in a difficult position here. And Franklin Wales trying to get aggressive. Supercharger taking down. Slug Life might be able to use this little bit of cover to get out here. Booger sending some shields his way, and just trying to use that movement to get away for the moment. And they'll be able to do so. Franklin Wales not looking to aggress any longer on this team. And
Let's look over there.
both teams rotating out different ways, staying alive in this match. Placement points being so imperative to rack up. And not nearly, eliminations can't really cover it for the most part unless you're just finding them left and right. One of the teams that might be finding them left and right is Franklin Phoenix. As Noah charges in here, the flatline, the car to use. Finding damage, but needs to be careful of it getting traded back. His teammates nearby. Cruz takes the portal back, and he has to be careful here. They might get pushed. Bearded Dragons are alive for now. Cruz stays in it. Vibes lays out a portal for their team. Hanover Horde still healing up as well. Take a look back at the map. It's getting closer and closer. Arkham just a solo trying to work his way in here. And again, playing in those rat-like positions, you have to, as a solo, you have to play cautious here.
Go here. We've got
Can't
violence
give up
to do.
too much of that damage. Especially
Never mind that rubbish.
without teams to drop any over to you. Seems like Arkham has any shields remaining in his inventory.
I beg, please. Help is needed urgently.
One of these teams also put in a difficult situation is Towson. CNH Gamer, Mason,
Those babies are fast.
and KG Market. Mason not in a good position, gets taken down as quickly as he sees the player. That's Team 11, that's Bearded Dragons, Cruz, and Vibes,
I think there's enemies
who are
in the
able
area.
to find that elimination, able to clean up the remaining members of that squad. And Cruz with 3 of his own, but Bearded Dragons have to be careful here. He's taken down.
This way. Come.
1 second, we got this.
The res will be found, but you have to be careful here. Doing it too out in the open could lead to unnecessary damage. A lot of these teams just controlling this location. One of the teams doing a great job and has great positioning right now is Franklin Phoenix. Quad, Noah, and Missy. They've been in situations like this before. They've been able to dominate them, and they know how to play them. Just looking at these fights, they can find that damage, they can see those players, but not really looking to take these shots at this point. Just waiting for teams to rotate into them. They don't want to do too much here. How tempting is that? Players just standing out in the open. Misty playing that trigger discipline. Just marking where those players are, not necessarily trying to take those fights, letting them fight on their own. And see teams continue to fight on their way in here. Sluglight, Booger, and Dookie in this match. Booger taken down. Sluglight looking to do some damage. They trade one. Dookie still alive in this, but Sluglight now the only player remaining. Dookie gets taken down. Damage to be found. And that car doing so much, but is it going to be enough? Not. It is not going to be enough here. Franklin Phoenix, they lose a member of their team, but Quad is going to look to bring back Noah in this match. Wales nearby. Supercharge are the only player remaining for this squad, and they know exactly where these players are. Damage to be found. A shield crack. Indeed, Supercharge lays down that poison gas barrel. Still looking for this damage and finds another crack. He's done a great job as a solo to find this damage, but how much can you do as a solo in this situation? So many players around you and not a lot of opportunities for yourself. You'll see Supercharger maybe being caught out here. We'll switch over Franklin Phoenix and maybe some other teams as Nomadards looks to clean up on the remaining player of Troy Eagles. DJ 4Pro has to be careful here. Ooh, tries to find some cover, tries to sneak his way away, but he's not going to be able to do so. And Ingenious trying to find that last little bit of damage. And will eventually do so. So Ingenious wipes the squad and finds that final member. And now 3 teams remain. Franklin Phoenix, no mowers. And no darts. 2 no teams in this match representing for their squads. We'll see just what they can do here. Gnome Knowers have a decent position here on the edge of zone. They're not in just yet, trying to take some tap fires with that G7 Scout, and damage found, but have to work their way into zone eventually. They have that jump pad to work with. We'll see just how aggressive they get here. Gnome Mowers taking a lot of damage. Midnight Rider brought low, and so is STN. They're both taken out now. Franklin Phoenix looking to do all this damage, and they will find it. Quad finding those eliminations now. Gnome Darts pushing their way in here. That EMP being dropped. Hemlock used by Genius here. Tiger Fox nearby to support here. Breaking Shields down with that Peacekeeper, and Gnome Darts will find those eliminations and take down Franklin Phoenix to win the match in our first week of the spring split. So Ingenious, Sandbeam, and Tiger Fox are your Apex champions here in our first match of our spring split. And we'll take a look at the leaderboard, see how it breaks down here in a second for these teams. Loading back in here, we see our match summary. Gnome Darts, 16 eliminations. Franklin Phoenix with 12. Gnome Mowers with 1. Troy Eagles with 1. And Franklin Wales with 4. So an exciting start, and Gnome Mowers taking it there in our first match. But we have one more to come for our Apex Hello and welcome back to match 2 of the winner split presented by XP League. I hope you guys are excited to get our second round underway. An exciting one to start us off as Gnome Darts dominate the lobby with 16 eliminations. Franklin Phoenix not far behind with 12. I believe Gnome Ants came in third there. So today, with 2 teams there in the top 3. Here at the start, we'll see exactly what these teams can do as we begin our match here.
Land here.
We see these teams start to drop in here. You wonder where they might decide to go, if they decide to change it up from the previous match, if they decide to change it up from the previous season, and how these teams tend to play these positions. I mean, with so many locations in the lobby, you'd expect these teams figure out where and what, or where they like to play better as the season goes on. But with our winner split wrapping up the previous week, many of these teams maybe now choosing to go to different places in hopes of placing better than the previous season, or maybe just trying to repeat what they did previously. But we'll take a look over here at maybe a team finding some fights here at the start. Is Franklin Wales Spiff finding some damage here at the start. Supercharged above, and damage found. A player just sitting on that hot lava, most likely gonna be dropped here if he stays on it for too much longer. EJ Ryder looking to put some damage down. It's Troy Evo B, that's the team nearby, playing around this building. Yogi going down though. Lovely, finds a Kraken shield. That's a good start. They're gonna need more. That Havoc coming out, damage to be done. Find some shield breaks. Lovely though, has to be careful here, jumping around, trying to find some open space. We'll get back into the building. And those poison barrels are being laid down. Barriers now here as well in that car. Such a useful weapon. You can use both ammo types, light and medium. So good for these starting out fights where you don't have a lot of ammo just in one place, and these players just laying down these poison barrels. They have to be careful of this. They're gonna be broken here. Lovely going down. EJ now the only player remaining, just trying to stay alive. Find the shield break though. Up here, that barrier just holding onto the stairs, and yeah, you'll see those poison barrels being used. EJ, they get that res, but players pushing in now. EJ not going to be able to get him up and taken down. Supercharger there with that scan and with that aggression, not allowing those players to continue on in this match. And Dario, Supercharger, and Spiff will start off this match with a bang, clearing out their location quickly and claiming it as their own. Standing around the map here, we see another decent spread of teams. Not really a ton of fights going down right now. Teams have dominated their locations, or at least pushed the teams out initially. One player that looks to be pushed out of his location is G Dave. And now being forced to craft that banner for blue. Grizzlies just not looking to have the greatest of matches here. Just a duo this time around, and G-Dave, the only player left remaining for them, has a heavy task on his shoulders to be able to bring his teammate back in this match and continue on, or at least clutch up some placements for them. But has to be weary of these players being around them, and we'll take a look back at the map here where... Take a look at Gnome Blades here. A lot of Gnome teams this season. Prince Sloth, YT Salt, and Doodles looking to loot up this location and increase their chance of winning this match. Nemesis, such a powerful weapon from so many different types of ranges. Not sure if Doodles hears it, but a team nearby. Be careful of it. It's a duo. Flooper Kid, Black Belt. Getting some pressure put down on them now. Black Belt has to be careful here. Flooper Kid not far behind him. They're looking to rotate off here, put a little space in between themselves and this enemy team, and doesn't look like No Blades want that aggression either, though. I don't think they recognize that it was a duo. They do have the player advantage, but maybe not the shields or loot to work with at this point, so they're going to take too much aggression, but maybe another team close by is Gnome Ants right above this team, and I don't think they realize it either. Scribbles, Gaka, and Arkham just playing around this location. And here's some shots coming off with a triple take to their left. Doesn't seem like it's concerning them too much at this point. R301. Such a favored weapon in these matches. So many of these players are using them for close and mid-range engagements. Ooh, and they spot out a player behind Gaka now, looking to take some aggression here. Get a spear head to this fight. Jumping in there with the massive, just missing that initial shot, but they will find the damage. Gaka gets it done. The more to keep out Gaka brought low. Scribbles, they have to be careful here. They're looking to do damage on this enemy team, and that's Bearded Dragons, Vibes, Cruz, all playing together here. Vibes lays down that portal for his teammate. He tries to get that res out onto Cruz right in front of that portal, and they will get it down. Gaka. Oh. Apologize, we just had some technical difficulties. We will be back in a bit. Alright, sorry for that quick pause. We had some technical difficulties there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we are back in it. We're back in the match. Scribbles, Arkham, and Gaka look to have survived that initial fight. It doesn't look like they have the eliminations, though, so both teams may be rotating out.
Enemy spotted.
At least surviving for now, but the team on the edge of zone looking to get aggressive here is Franklin Phoenix. And what more would we expect from them other than to get aggressive? Trying to find damage with that. Flatline is Misty. Has to dodge some bullets here. Needs to pop some shields and find some cover to do so. Shots being taken with that 30-30, and Noah just not landing them initially. Quad's here to play as well. All these teams close to the edge of zone look to be rotating out pretty late, and they'll spot a player in zone. Boomer will drop down low. Now Slug Life hiding behind some rocks, has that medkit to pop with the only one remaining. We'll see if he has syringes to play with as well, but for now it's not looking great for him as he begins to rotate into zone. Dookie's still alive in this, and that medkit pops for him as well. And yeah, it looks like there's no more syringes for this player. Slug Life needs to be careful of rotating in to an enemy team here, but just trying to go as left as he can, trying to create some space between these teams. And Dookie, looks actually pretty peaceful for him over here. He's able to break down some of these little supply crates and make it out here, but Slug Life,
There's an evil harvester here.
I think finally making it out of zone over there. Gnome Blades nearby again. Only white shields for this team. It doesn't seem like they've got a lot of loot since we last checked in with them.
Target spotted.
At least YT Salt not upgrading to that scope at least. They will spot out a team here, but looks to play a little bit more passive. That is Shogun, a duo.
Possible
So
loot
it could be
here.
an advantageous
Check it
fight
out.
for this team, and they might begin to rotate in here.
Let's check out this area.
Yeah, they see this team next to them. They might look for these fights. They might look for these shots. See what Doodles has in store for us here. I think they're just trying to get up a little bit closer. They want to nail some of these shots. They're being spotted, and shots will be laid down. Doodles finding the shield crack there for his team. And even more damage being done. Salt trying to work in here. Has popped that ultimate ability. Can track exactly where this team is, but I don't think he hears the footsteps behind him actually going in the opposite direction of this team, and they'll be spotted out here. That Nemesis trying to lay down some shots. Damage to be done, and a knock found. Doodles from far away is able to do it. And Flooper Kid really being the only hope for this team. Black Belt now res. Flooper Kid able to use that ability to get him back up. Lifeline, such a useful character in those situations. Get your teammates back in the match quickly. They will survive this for now. But Franklin Phoenix now trying to prey on some of these teams. Looking for this damage. And they'll find it. Quad. 100+ damage with that flatline. Laying down some cover, regrouping with his team, and a great play for his team here. They found some space, but they're going to wait for this team to come into zone. They want that storm to pressure them in, and that's what they're going to look to do here. Noah finds the first, raining down from above with that car. Just trying to finish off that last player. Flooper Kid, now a solo. Has to be careful here. Gets marked out here. Flooper Kid, lifeline. Wants to lay down some of that healing bot, but not going to be able to do so. Trying to run away now. Very little HP remains. The heal bot comes out, but it's not going to be in time. And Franklin Phoenix trying to. Flooper Kid is eliminated. And now some upgrades to be found for this team.
We should head this way.
We'll take a look around the map here again.
Find over there.
The southern portion of the map seems to be a bit crowded here. One of these teams being Cincy Orange. Just in the building here, just chilling on the edge of zone. A duo, so playing a bit more cautious here and not looking for those fights. One of these teams nearby being Roughnecks. With guns up and Diesel. Ooh, I think we got a player over here, and damage being done. Actually, other players running in here. DJ Pro, the only player left now for Eagles, as Shrieker is taken down, and more fights being found. Rednecks get a little bit in over their head here, and they get taken down. Gnome Darts, our winner of last match, trying their best to find this damage, and they'll find one elimination, but now, or one elimination at least, but now rotating off his Tiger Fox. Don't want to get too overextended in these fights. We know why these teams are so dominant in these matches. They know when to take a fight and when not to. And now looks like the time. Tiger Fox finds the shield crack, finds the damage, and works his way in. Looks like they found that knock as well. And Diesel, now a solo in this match. Neo, his teammate just being knocked by Gnome Darts. And more of these players gonna get eliminated, if not by Storm, by the Gnome Darts. And now Neo just trying to make it out of the situation, using that geyser to do so. But I think he's gonna run into this enemy team if he's not careful about it. If he makes a little bit too much noise here, it could mean the end for this player. Shield battery needs to be popped for that Storm. Again, just pressuring him in further, and he's gonna run into these players. And the elimination is found by Ingenious and the Gnome Darts. Gnome Darts, again, looking to repeat what they did in the previous match. They have 7 eliminations already. Just a portion of what they had previously. And another series of fights going down here for Gnome Mowers, Midnight Rider, Air Demolition, both down now. STN, the only player left remaining, that L-Star G7 Scout to work with. Be careful here, gets marked out. Trying to find some shots with that L-Star, but not landing too much here. Teams to his left, teams to his right. Has to be careful any direction he peeks out. He's going to get damaged by. These players are going to start to move in here and find that damage, and it's going to be Wales to do so. Supercharger finishing off that fight, onto one at least, and another team down below. Gnome Darts shooting down from above. They have to be careful here. Radar is out. Oh my gosh, so many arc stars coming in. This team just pinched here. Franklin Phoenix has to be careful here. Shots coming down. But players above them in Franklin Wales are pinched in here. Gnome Darts above them and a team below them as well. They have to be careful. Franklin Wales. So much chaos. They can barely see anything here, but that heat sensitive thermal scope gonna give him a little bit of information here, but shots coming in all directions. Just trying to rotate out is Dario, but getting damaged and getting taken out is Franklin Wales. Gnome Darts close by here, looking to third party on this fight and mark out these players. Artstar comes through, almost catching it onto Ingenious there, and Ingenious finds an angle, finds the shots, and the Storm will start to push these players in. No, Ants have to be careful here. Naka goes down. Scribbles and Arkham trying to rotate in. Smokes are out for Scribbles as he tries to get away. But shots coming out, arrows in his direction. A difficult situation for him. Arkham not far behind though. Good damage being done. Arkham brought low. Gnome Blades here pressuring as well. It seems like a battle of these gnome teams. Gnome Darts, Gnome Blades, Gnome Ants. All trying their best. Survive in these fights. Gnome Ants in a difficult situation here. Only Scribbles left remaining. Arkham also goes down. Gnome Darts around this area as well. See what they can do. Tiger Fox and Genius and Sandy have been so dominant in these matches, and they'll continue to do so. They'll continue to find these eliminations. Put themselves at the forefront of these fights. Done. So looking to take this match into their own hands, and they see that zipline come out, that balloon just gonna be taken down and popped by a gate, and they're looking for this damage. I think they found actually one. Maybe a fight going down over there. Scribbles all on his own. Yes, fight's going down here. Frank the Phoenix quad goes down, getting it onto his teammates here. Noah low on HP, and they're looking to finish off quad here. This Hanover Horde to find this damage, but Booger's got to be careful here. Stuck in zone is Dookie, and Booger very low HP. They got to keep moving in here. They can't afford to sit around at this point. And Hanover Horde trying to the top of this mountain. Dookie, the only player left remaining now, going to drop in. And Gnome Blades looking to find some damage here as well. Shots coming through. Damage found and eliminations as well. Gnome Blades on to one now. With all this chaos, Prince Sloth being the only player left remaining for his squad. Finding the damage, finding the shield crack, and reloading that flatline, but gets eliminated in Storm. Now all on to Dookie and Shogun. Now it leads down to these final two teams, Gnome Darts and Shogun, trying to finish off what remains of this match, of these teams. Gnome Darts looking to put an EMP in this area, and they'll find it onto at least two of these players. Tiger Fox moving in here, finding some good damage. A shield crack onto one. Tiger Fox has to regroup there a little bit, but white health remains on one. Now it's all onto a gate. That ultimate ability comes out, trying to lay down some pressure, but Gnome Darts, back-to-back matches, they find what they need to win these matches again and again, and they are your Apex champions. Again, in week 1 of the spring split. And Ingenious, Tiger Fox, and Sandbean, how can you not talk about this team? Maybe a new era for Gnome Darts here as they dominate the leaderboard and dominate the event today. And take their place here at the top. We'll take a look here at the leaderboard and see how it all broke down here in the end. Gnome Darts one-upping their previous match with 17 eliminations and a first place. Shogun in second with 2. Hanover Horde with 3 in third. Gnome Darts with 1 in 4, or in fourth.